All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a very special edition of B&T Sports Talk Show. As y'all all know, this is it's me, T. Got my boy B, and you'll notice above me in the Brady Bunch box is a new addition to the team joining us today to talk about. Well, what are we calling this? B Pick'em
We call it calling it Friday night pick'em
Pick 'em
dummies.
dummies. Okay, so I just want to point out the dummies me. Okay, so as we go through this, I went on a crash course through some of the money line stuff with my boy B a little earlier this week, so he schooled me in. So I'm gonna be embarrassing myself a few times, but that's okay. You know, it's all about learning. So our
Exactly.
special guest is Nick with NorCal. Say it for me, Nick. Is it NorCal Sports Cards?
Yeah, no, NorCal
No,
Sports Cards. Yeah,
NorCal
yeah.
Sports Cards. So before we jump into our picks and start talking about the games, I wanted to give Nick a chance to introduce himself to the world and let him know who he is and what he does. So go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, guys, my name is Nick. This company's name is NorCal Sports Cards. Just run some fun breaks on TikTok. That's about it. Just love this guy that loves shiny cardboard and trying to get some nice cars for everyone else. That's about it. Simple as
Shiny
that.
cardboard.
He
I
does
love it.
a he does a great job pulling cars. I tell you that. He's made
Try my
he's made
best.
me
Try my best.
he's made me some money. Let's put it like that.
Put it that way.
I'm all for it. I appreciate it, and he blesses everyone that comes into his life.
All
That's the way to do it.
awesome,
Gotta
awesome.
get.
Well, man, that's another thing I'm learning about is the card game. So I'm gonna have to reach out to you, Nick, again to get a little bit more information because y'all be sounds like there's a little bit of money to be made. And folks, if I haven't already said so, if this is your first time joining the show or watching us, please like, please subscribe. We appreciate it. Please get into the chat with us. We're very interactive with our chat. So anything you put on there, we are going to respond to and bring you into the conversation so you feel like you're a part of the show. That's the idea. All right, B. So we're gonna start at the top. Before we get to our picks, though, which I'm sure everybody is just waiting for, let's talk about the NFL and the Thursday night game that occurred yesterday, which was an awesome game. Um, we had the Chiefs and the Bills putting on an offensive show. Two of the
You mean the Chiefs and the
Chiefs and the
Chargers?
Chargers,
Chiefs
excuse
and the
me, not the
Chargers, sir.
Bills. Sorry, I'm thinking last week's game on Thursday. My bad.
Yeah.
So we got the Chiefs and the Chargers. We got Herbert and Mahomes going at it, and it was an awesome game to watch. They went back and forth for a while until finally the Chiefs got the pick six, I believe, late in the game that really helped pull them away and get the win. So coming away from the game, I don't know. I asked both of you guys, get both of you guys' opinion. Uh, what'd you think? You got two very good teams. We saw the Chargers handle business last week against the Raiders. They come into this game and looks like in the early part of the game, in my opinion, they were really putting it to the Chiefs. So B, what you think, man? What did you see in the game yesterday?
Oh, I think the Chiefs made a statement. I mean, you can't take nothing from the Chargers and away what Justin Herbert was able to do with that. But the Chiefs have owned the AFC West for what I think is like 6 years now, and
Yeah,
so it's showing how they're basically established dominance in that loaded AFC West there. So kudos to the Chiefs for hanging on at home in a tough game with the Chargers here. But I mean, the Chargers are going to be right there
no,
with them, I think, with Justin Herbert, and hopefully he does get better after suffering that injury there. But what about you, Nick? What was your biggest takeaway in that game there?
Yeah, I feel like Patty Mahomes really like brought it home. He stayed cool, calm, and collected like he always does. Reed let him do his thing. He played great. And coming down from seven, what was it 17-7, I believe,
yeah,
Yeah,
to the second half. So that was not, and then to keep them scoreless too. That team, they went what 17 unanswered points, I believe, right?
yeah.
hmm
Something like that. So just Patty Mahomes really establishing his dominance in the AFC West, saying, "Hey, we're still here, even though we don't got Tyreek. This is still my division."
Yep.
Just letting Herbie know, like you got some ways to go. You're good. You still got some places. You got
exactly.
some steps to
Yeah,
go. You got
yeah.
some stuff to
And
go.
I think you're right. I think Patrick Mahomes is still the best NFL quarterback in the league, and you've got a lot of great up and comers. We watched the Bills with why am I skipping on this kid's name? What's his name? Josh Allen.
Josh
We
Allen.
watched Josh
Josh Allen,
Allen. We
yeah.
watched Herbert the last 2 weeks. I mean, these guys are looking really good. A lot of these young quarterbacks coming in. I would say Joe Burrow, but he didn't have such a good game last week. But he's another young quarterback that's made some headway. So I agree with you, B. It is kind of a statement game. It's like Pat coming out and saying, "Yeah, that's cute and all, but I'm the real deal, homie." And that's what he did,
Yeah.
slinging sidearms and doing all this weird stuff. But the Kansas City's front line did a really good job. I was kind of surprised they did a good job of rushing the quarterback and putting pressure on Herbert in the second half of the game. So that was good to see. And I think if the Chiefs can find a way to find some consistent running game and protect your boy Mahomes a little bit better, I think they did an okay job. But that guy needs a little bit more time in the pocket. He was running around and scurrying everywhere, launching balls 50 yards down the field. But he's better suited if he can stand in that pocket and get a clean throw. So hopefully they can do that.
You know who needs to be thrown to is Juju
Yeah.
Schuster. That jerk only got me 2 points in fantasy football this yesterday.
He wasn't open. What do you want him to do, man? He wasn't open.
I get open. That's what I want him to do.
Receiver
Points
one,
out
man.
of you, man.
He's not wide receiver one. He's not fit out to do that. He was good.
Oh.
Guy Antonio Brown, because he's
Yeah.
wide receiver two. I
Yep.
don't think he's that much of a great wide receiver one.
No,
Yeah.
well, you better start learning it pretty soon because other than that, outside of him, there's not really many offensive weapons outside of Travis Kelce either for them. So
CH has been pretty solid. CH
That's
has
true,
been
too.
pretty solid.
you're right.
I mean, he had a breakaway run that in the fourth quarter, I believe. Like 40, 50 yards?
Yep.
Something like that.
Hilaire had a pretty good game too. I don't want to take that away from him there. He had a pretty solid game there, but I need him in the end zone. I need points. I need my fantasy points there, Chiefs.
Kelsey will
Nick.
take that away from you.
I had a quick question for you. With this game here and how good Patrick Mahomes was, you're in the trading card business here. What does that do for a guy like him and his card value for people who collect Patrick Mahomes on a night like that?
Well, over the offseason, Patrick Mahomes' cards they were doing good. They were doing good, but obviously it's the offseason. They were down a little bit. But there was some questioning around the hobby, like, okay, what's Mahomes going to do in his division now that it's so stacked? Is he going to still perform the way he is? And I think him coming out and going 2-0 and having two great games, his card prices will continue, in my eyes, and in my opinion, should continue to go up and up. Obviously, it's Mahomes. He's already proven himself in the league that he's here to stay. I mean, he's not going nowhere. He is the next big thing. His car prices will always, in my opinion, and they should always have a premium to them. And I recently talking about Patty. I just bought myself a Patrick Mahomes today too. So he had such a good game, man. I mean,
I still have that Patrick Mahomes Genesis too. I gotta get that Patrick Mahomes Genesis graded.
Yeah, and Herbie's cards they've gone down. Is after one game, man. It's down. They're down a considerable amount. They're down, and so are Burrows.
That's crazy how that works.
I know. They're down a couple $100. It's
Y'all
crazy.
sound like the stock market right now.
Especially Dak. It is, man. That's the thing. Like, you gotta be aware. Like, when you're making a purchase, like, is this quarterback gonna do good next week? Especially for the quarterbacks, like wide receivers and stuff like that. They don't jump around too much like the way the quarterbacks do.
All right, we ready to do this? We ready to give the world their $1 million picks? Now, before we get into this here, we do not consult this. If you want to listen to us, that's fine. But if you lose, you cannot blame us. This is not you as an adult watching this are making this choice. So let's start with our first. Let's start with our first pick. And Nick, you are the guest. Give us your first pick on who you are taking this weekend if you were at the casino.
So I'm going with, what did I say? The Bears, the Packers, and let me see where else my other team was. I was going with the Browns of the Jets, and then the Commanders of the Lions.
All right, so you are taking the Bears plus 9.5. You are taking the Commanders at +2, and the Browns at -6.5. Are you locking those three picks?
100%.
100% lock in. Perfect.
We need some sound effects. Chink chink.
If my soundboard was working, I'd be dropping some gunfire, some chings, all of that in there. T, go ahead and hit us with your picks here.
All right, who's ready for the dummies? Let's do this. All
Let's
right, so
get
we're
it.
gonna
Come
start
on.
with Miami. I'm taking Miami over the Baltimore Ravens,
That's rude, sir.
and I'm
It's
taking the
100%
money
rude.
line on that. And yeah, I'm sorry, man. Your Ravens. I don't know. I'm not feeling them, dude. I'm sorry. Uh,
All right.
I'm I'm going to take the under on the Niners and Seahawks game, which is
Okay.
under 40 and a half.
Yep.
So we're gonna have some precipitation, possibly, and we're gonna have two quarterbacks who are, heh. I mean, Geno Smith and a young Trey Lance. They're not gonna be. This isn't gonna be a barn burner. So I'm gonna take the under on that.
Got it.
And we got the Saints. All right, so I'm taking the Saints to win, to beat the Buccaneers because I hate Tom Brady, and I and I hope his wife divorces him. Ah, there you go. I said it. Anyway, so
He went there. He went there. He went past football.
I know, right? He took
hey
a jab
man,
at
I'm
his
I'm a
whole
Raider
body.
fan, man. That tuck thing hurt, man. That was like a stab in the gut. Oh man. Anyway, so I'm taking the Saints. I think it's plus 2.5 there.
Yep.
And yeah, man, those are my picks. And as B said, as a disclaimer, if you got $1 million, do not use it on any of my advice, okay? And
But then again, you could make somebody's day. Taj, are you?
oh, I want to
locking your
cut. I want to
picks
cut.
in?
Yeah. What'd you say, B?
Are you locking these picks in?
Oh yeah, ching ching, lock it in.
Oh, ching ching. All right, here we go. I got my picks here. First one I have is Atlanta plus 13 and a half here. They didn't look too bad against
Damn.
the Saints.
Okay.
It took a miracle for the Saints to beat the Falcons. So I'm taking Atlanta. Who the hell are they playing here? I just had this up. Over the Los Angeles Rams. I have them not losing by 13 and a half.
Man, B, whoa.
Dude, that is too large of a spread at this time right now to not say no to that there. So I'm going 13 and a half. The Rams look terrible in their home opener there. Like, you talk about stinking up a dud. That was an ultimate dud right there. So I'll take Atlanta with the 13 and a half. Next is Cincy on the road in Dallas. Obviously, the Cowboys are struggling for a quarterback, so I don't expect Dallas to put up many points. Since he's minus 1.5 point favorite, so I'm going to take the Houday Bengals with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, who are going to finally get it together outside of that terrible Steelers game. And then my big pick is the New York Giants. They will be beating the Cleveland Browns. I think they're playing who are they playing?
They're not playing the Browns.
They're not. Oh, they're playing the Carolina Panthers here. The Panthers look like dog shit. So I am taking the Giants minus 2. Saquon Barkley looks amazing with him being back in the league here. And don't sleep on that offense. That offense is sneaky good. And the one thing they didn't have happen was Kadarius Toney didn't get a whole lot of touches in that game there. And the Browns, or not the Browns, God bless it. The Browns ran all over the Panthers too, and that was with Nick Chubb. So if Saquon Barkley can get loose and he's at home, I like that all day. So I'm going to take the Giants minus 2. I want people to take a reverse mortgage out and put it on my picture.
not that first one though. Not that first one.
Well, dude, watch Marcus Mariota. Look out. Kyle Pitts is going to have a big game.
What?
I know.
You forget the Rams are playing against the elite defense of the Bills, man.
Oh man, Marcus Mariota.
Yep. Here it is, folks.
Crazy.
There's everyone's picks.
That's disrespectful towards the Rams.
It really is.
I know.
It's the NorCal SoCal thing, isn't it? Is that what we're getting?
It is.
Okay, I was just making sure.
They're from Southern California,
yeah,
so that's what they get.
I was wondering what the
I'm
hell.
not a Niners fan, but they're just from LA, man. Yeah. So I like it.
All right.
Cool. Well, Nick, we'll be on the lookout for your picks. Well, hopefully you're the first guest on our show for this, so you're gonna set the mark for many guests to come here on this show. So
you can go 3-0 on picks. 3-0. Mark it.
3-0. He's calling it now. Last week Nick couldn't join us, but he did make a pick, and he said the Commanders were going to beat the Jags,
Oh,
and they
hell.
beat them and covered the points there. So he's riding a 2-week winning
Wow.
streak with the Commanders here. So good luck, Nick. I do hope you go 3-0, and somebody makes money off of your picks here.
Telling you, do
That's
it.
right.
Good thing.
Make sure you give me a cut. B&T needs a cut.
Cool. Yeah. So, I think that's pretty much it. This is a short show on a Friday night. We just want to get some picks in because who doesn't like betting on the NFL when it comes to Sundays? Makes it that much more interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I can't wait to watch. There's a reason I stayed away from the Raider game because I don't want anything to do with that thing. It's in Arizona. I have no idea where that's going.
Is there something about betting on your team and then watching them
it's
lose,
terrible,
and then
man.
it's even more
Right.
frustrating after that.
Right.
Exactly, man. But best, it just gives you something. It makes the games much more fun to win. To wear and watch.
Absolutely here. Well, hey Nick, thank you so much for taking time out of your day here, man. I'll be jumping onto your live shortly here to get into this break that you got going on. T, good luck on your picks. Honestly, man, I was gonna root for you until you dropped that Miami money line there. That was just plain disrespectful.
What
sir.
are you talking about? Tuio Maglovi. What's his name, man? I don't. Can you pronounce his name?
Tua Tunga.
There you go. Thank you, B.
You can't take him and not be able to.
Hey, what are you talking about?
TT. He said
That's
that's a
the
good one.
TT.
That's like Jonathan Kaminga being called cum buckets. TT.
Oh
Dude,
my
that's a-
god!
First time I've heard
Dude.
that.
Who?
That was a terrible nickname that they were gonna give him. I was like, don't do that.
Who
Please
said
don't.
that?
I don't know who said that, but they're out of their mind.
Oh
Dude,
my
that
god!
was a terrible nickname. That thing was floating around the internet. I was like,
Oh
Yep.
man,
Okay.
that's rough, man. That's bad.
all right,
That's
y'all. Well,
bad.
T, why don't you go ahead and take us out here?
All right. Well, we had a wonderful show. We're going to start doing this on a regular basis. So we're going to come in with some picks next week too. NFL season. We're starting week 2. We'll have the week 3 show ready for you on next Friday. So hopefully, folks, hop on in. We're going to cover these picks and talk about them on our Sunday show. And then, of course, we're going to revisit them again on the Friday show to let y'all know just how great we are at making picks. And really just invite you to join us on Fridays since everybody, y'all already know we on Sunday. So now we add Friday. So you want folks to know we here. All right. All right,
Appreciate
gentlemen.
y'all, Nick. I'll see you in a
Appreciate
little
you
bit.
guys. Thanks for having me.
Peace, Nick. Thanks, man.
All right, guys.
Late.